opinions expressed in the following program are those of the hosts and guests, and not necessarily those of the staff or management of Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corporation.
Now, once again, as we come in with the mellow tones of Metallica, hey, we're all metalheads around here. It is Monday, August 15th, time for another installment of Southern Nevada Sports News coming to you from Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corp.com studios here at the corner of Smoke Branch and Tenaya. Yes, that's us. And folks, we're going to have a jam-packed show this week. And as always, it's an opportunity for us to bring you some of the highlights of Southern Nevada sports, as well as, of course, with the prognosticator himself, and he's on the line with us, George Jorge Mish from Cleveland. George, you there?
Hello.
Yeah, there he is. My man, I tell you. So, and in-studio co-host this week, Brett Price, assistant coach and athletic director for Findlay Prep. Brett, how you doing, man?
Good. How's everything?
I tell you, I'm doing great. And if I didn't introduce myself, I am Bill Miller, co-host of Southern Nevada Sports News. But you knew that already. George, you're on the line. You're locked and loaded. Brett, I appreciate you again coming in.
Oh, no problem.
Yeah.
Hi, Brett. How are you?
Good. What's going on, George?
Just hot and humid in Ohio.
Oh, I know. I just came from there. I just flew in this morning.
You really?
Yeah, I was up in Cleveland for a few days there.
Another Ohio boy.
It's definitely humid up there.
Downtown?
No, I kind of stayed out in Independence area. Went to the horse track.
That's nice area. You're up in that's nice.
Horse country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm normal co-host. My business partner, friend, road dog, Jeff Belknap, is out today. He's on the road, but he will be back next Monday. And a couple of quick shout-outs. First of all, to the Little League All-Stars from Mountain Edge. Congratulations. I know that you didn't meet your goals, but to get where you did, and we were so hoping and so pulling for you to make that next step to the World Series. But you guys, you played your hearts out. Congratulations, because you went a lot further than a lot of Little League teams around the country, so you have nothing to hang your head on. The picture today, in the Review Journal, I think it was actually yesterday's picture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the tears, and it's tough at that age. It really is.
It is.
And for a little older on the baseball side, in studio guest at the bottom of the hour, we've got Bryce Bullock from Spring Valley High School. He and his dad are here in the studio. We're going to see if we can talk his dad into being on. He's getting a little bit bashful here, but he's going into his senior year at Spring Valley. He's committed, and we'll let him tell you who he's committed to. But we're all very excited to hear about that. And also, we hope to have Z Khan, the general manager from the UNLV men's hockey team, will be calling in for the last segment. But in the meantime, we're back, and we're back to college conference recaps. And if you've just joined us this week, we've been through a number of the conferences, the power conferences, and there's one that we haven't touched bases on, and that's going to be the ACC. And the breakdown on the ACC, there are two divisions, and we have, I think it's the
Atlantic and the Coastal.
Atlantic and the Coastal. And George, you, needless to say, you've zeroed in on the ACC. Which division of that would you like to start with?
Well, we'll go with the weaker one, although it's better from top to bottom, the Coastal.
Coastal, okay. And let's start at the bottom.
Yes,
and
that would be Virginia. And I apologize because with 26 minutes and 14 teams, there isn't much analysis how deep you can go. Right. And I'm sure you'd rather hear about Clemson and Florida State and Miami and North Carolina than Virginia. But Virginia is they're upcoming, but they have the great coach from BYU, Mendenhall, came in this year.
Right.
And he's starting from scratch, and he'll get an up-tempo offense, but they're a year or two away from doing anything. The best thing for him is there's no more missions, so he actually can have the same players for the 4-year stretch without doing it into 6 years.
Yeah, I definitely agree that Virginia's probably the lower tier in that division as well. It's just like you said, George. It's going to take him a little bit to get his guys in there and get his system rolling, and the recruiting grounds around there. You should be able to get some good classes coming in there.
Definitely. May I interject one thing? And I'm a Big Ten person, but I ranked all the teams from 1 to 128, and the lowest team is in the Atlantic, which is Wake Forest at 68. That is higher than Rutgers. Let me think out loud. Rutgers, give me some Purdue, and one other Big Ten, Illinois.
Oh, Illinois.
So this conference is pretty strong, although even in the bottom part of it, when you're in your top 68 of 128, that's pretty damn good.
Oh, that is. It may not help them this particular year.
No, but
it's probably beat up on each other a little bit.
Next.
Who do we have?
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech, okay.
At 47. Down year last year, injuries to everybody from the water boy to the quarterback to everything. Yeah. They're back, and they're going to run. You know that. Johnson from Navy and all that is just going to run and run and run.
Yep.
And they're going to put up some points, but their defense is a little bit down from last year, so they're going to have their offense has to go back up more than their defense is going down. I got them like 6 wins, but
that's how I kind of had them at. Kind of had it like 6-6.
Yeah.
As well. They're just going to be preyed on a little bit. The thing they try to fool people with is just that running attack, but playing inside the conference, everyone's seen it. Everybody's got film on it, can prepare for it, things like that. So they'll struggle with that a little bit. But sometimes they surprise. They always get that surprise, like they surprised Florida State last year with the blocked field goal and run it back and win and things like that. But again, like you said, George, they're going to be towards the bottom, and defensively they're just weak.
They lost a lot. They only have 5 coming back, and now that Georgia Tech's going to score some more, the defense will be out they'll be back out on the field more than they were.
Right.
And that's going to hurt.
Right.
Which brings me to Duke then at 46, which is right in front of them, and I can't get a grip on them. If you look at their stats in the last 4 years, they've gone to a bowl 4 straight times, but their stats look like a team that should be about 4-8. But they always have one of the best special teams in the country, and Cutcliffe loves that. But this year they lost their kicker and their punter, who were both all-stars. So I don't know if that's going to hurt them. Plus they have Notre Dame, Louisville, and they've added them to the schedule. But they are, as Phil Steele says, they've had 9 upsets in the last 3 years, so they're more than capable of pulling some off. So
yeah, they are, and I think, like they said with the upsets, I don't know if they'll sneak up on anybody since they've had probably about 3 or 4 good years under Cutcliffe. I have them just winning like 5 games, like a 5-7 season with them. But
I have them 5 too. You've been doing this the same time I was?
I may be.
I got to look for the camera in the house. And then we'll go on. I mean, are we going too fast for you, Billy? There?
No, not at all. But I wanted to.
The one. This is my fun 2 teams because I have no clue. Virginia Tech. I got them at 37th, but they're my sleeper pick in the whatever the hell, Coastal. Not because they're better than Miami and North Carolina, Pitt, but they do not play Clemson, Florida State, or Louisville probably Louisville. In their thing, they play out of Tennessee and Notre Dame outside, but that doesn't matter in the conference. Right. So you're not playing the best 3 teams in the league. You're getting BC and Syracuse instead. That can help your record, even if you may not be the best team around.
Definitely looking at definitely bowl wise, they should be able to definitely get bowl eligible. And then with the new coach coming in from Memphis.
I'm going to be interested in this, and I'm just thinking this, and I don't want to create havoc here, but did Fuente become a good coach because of Lynch, or did he help Lynch become a good coach, or was it a combination of two? Because his record over his career is
that's a good question.
Really average.
That's a very good question. I guess we'll find out. Here
Yes,
with
we will.
Virginia Tech and like I said, they got a big game with Tennessee early, and they're playing that at Bristol Motor Speedway, and they're looking to set the all-time national NCAA attendance record for that. They're looking at about 150,000 people there for that game early September. So I don't know. I have them at 7-5, George, 5-3 in the league.
Yeah, about that.
Yeah,
that's pretty good, 6 or something like that. But it all depends on the upsets. And they're about 7-5, but they could pull it off in the division.
I have Pitt beating them because they got them. Because Pitt has them at home. So
I do have Pitt at 32, and you have to love Pitt with the good feel story or feel good story, I should say, of James Conner who beat Lymphanoma or whatever you said, and he's back full strength, and now their rushing attack should be one of the top 10 in the country. And
for sure,
with all the crap going on in the world, that's kind of a good story. And he seems like a nice kid.
He's coming off the cancer, and then he's coming off the knee injury. He got a half in last year. He got a red shirt out of it. The year before, when he was a sophomore, he ran for 1,700 yards, 26 touchdowns.
Yeah,
he's had about 2,700 yards in his career. So
he's a big boy. He's a big boy.
He is he's a big lad. So. But but more importantly, he seems to have put this in his, that cancer in his rearview mirror. So, real
gotta root for a guy
George.
like that.
That's a very good. It's a real good feel-good story. It really is.
And so I got them third. I got them with like 7 or 8 wins for the whole year. That's not in the conference. I mean, 7 wins. They do play 4 top 25 teams, but. I think they're good enough to handle it because they actually have a decent quarterback in Peterman.
Yeah, they got their road schedule is tough. They got at Oklahoma State, at North Carolina, at Miami, at Clemson. So you're looking at probably 4 losses right there.
You're right. And so number 2, this is a tough one, but I'm going to put North Carolina the 23rd in the country in second, behind Miami. And this is a tough one because this is really. Comes back to home because Trubisky or how you ever say his name.
Mitch Trubisky.
I went to Cleveland St. Ignatius, and Trubisky it was 4 years ago or whatever when he was a junior. He just 2 years in a row he ripped Ignatius's butt.
Yeah, he played
600 yards passing in the state finals.
He played at Mentor. Yep.
And I think he's every bit if you don't have much background because Williams never really got hurt that much.
No.
So you really don't know, but if I'm betting on something, I think he's the guy to put it on.
Yeah, just reading up on some of the stuff coming out of their camp so far, they're not worried about him at all.
No, not at all.
So, and then
Fact, I rate the units, and that's how I come up with the power rating, and I have them dead even from last year. So I'm not even worried about that.
Yeah.
Their defense is where I worry about.
Yeah, they give up some points. And they got a big game right out of the chute with Georgia.
Georgia, yeah.
So we'll see. We'll get thrown in the fire early. See what he does.
But once again, we're looking at the conference, so that's important. But they'll do fine in the conference. Yeah. And just a by note, they won the conference last year without playing Florida State, Louisville, and Clemson.
Yeah.
So. And then Miami, the coach from Georgia's got to help him, I think.
Yeah, Mark Rick. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think he's also going to revamp that recruiting. But I think that look for him to look outside the state of Florida, and be able to actually attract, a lot of players. I mean, normally, you have Florida, Miami, and Florida State. And then if you don't make those 3 teams, then you start kind of looking elsewhere. But I think he has the ability to really stretch their recruiting.
Right, I agree.
I almost went with back to the quarterback. I don't know what is his name, Kaya, whatever.
Kaya.
He doesn't. I mean, I know his stats are decent, but 16 and 5 touchdowns to interceptions, and they're picking him second in the league for the draft already. I'm going to have to see more than that from him.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I mean, he's the pros are looking at him like drooling over him a little bit. But yeah, like you said, he stat wise, he's nothing to write home about. Really. But
and I think the biggest thing where I picked Miami was, and we used to work with, me and Bill used to work with the Miami, Florida Freaks, and they got to love the coaching because they got Diaz come in from Mississippi State for defense, and then, of course, the coach came in. So they really have upgraded the coaching over what they had, and that's why I put them on top.
Yeah, yep. You
And
mean
they also have North Carolina at home.
Yeah, North Carolina and Pitt both at home. So, I think I think they lose 2 games. Really, I think Florida State and Notre Dame. If things go right.
Well, that's going to bring a lot of excitement back down to.
And it's always nice.
Coral Gables.
College football is always good when Miami's good.
It is.
And the Michigans and those kind of teams.
And those games suddenly are, they're marquee games on the weekends. And, I agree. I think he's going to completely turn that program around.
Yep. He's an alum too. Yeah, he's a Miami alum.
And attract a decent bowl game. And hopefully filter some of the contributors at Miami. They want to go backwards.
Kind of funny when somebody's 145 and 51 and they all say you can't win the big one. Well, that means the only person that wins the big one is the one that wins the national championship, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm afraid that's it.
I guess.
Yeah, well, that's so.
Well, George, we're at the quarter hour, and when we come back, we'll fill out the balance of the ACC.
Good timing, huh?
Great timing. We'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. Southern Nevada Sports News come to you from WWDBTV.com. We are back for round 2. Southern Nevada Sports News come to you from WWDBroadcastingcorp.com. My name is Bill Miller, co-host, along with
Brett Price.
And also on the line we have
Jorge.
And before we finish up with the ACC, I just want to send out a couple of quick thank yous. Shout out to Mark Jarvis, Director of Operations at Top Golf Las Vegas. If you have not, if you're a Las Vegas resident and have not been there, go there. It is a ton of fun, absolutely spectacular setup they have over there. Even if you don't golf, it's worth going over there. And to his staff for hosting us on Thursday, and we'll be having actually some photos and videos on that on our website coming up in the very near future. But it's just a very impressive facility. And again, as John mentioned, our engineer and cameraman today, he was there. You don't need to be a golfer to go over there and have just a really great experience. So, again, Mark, thank you very much. Also, we have an upcoming networking event. This is going to be courtesy of Networking Informative, Connecting Culture and Hospitality, and that is going to be over at the Beer Park. And that alone should get your interest. Needless to say.
Is that in October?
No, I'm afraid not, George. This is actually going to be coming up on August 24th, and I just wanted to make sure I have the information about that here handy. And that's August 24th at 7 p.m. And this is really going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to feature Southern Nevada Sports News. So come in and network with us and some other business people. August 24th, 7 p.m. at the Beer Park. And before the end of the show, we'll also touch bases on that again. But if you're just joining us, we are recapping the ACC division. And now we're with, we touched bases on the Coastal Division earlier. And from bottom to top, we have Virginia, Georgia Tech, Duke, Virginia Tech, North Carolina, and Miami. So
Pitt
George
was in there too at number 3.
I'm sorry, who was that?
Pitt was 3.
That's right. I'm sorry, just left out Pitt. So George, without further ado, the balance of the ACC.
Yeah, we got time constraints, so let's not worry about Wake Forest. They were freshmen and sophomores last year. They're sophomores and juniors now. They have no chance. They can win a couple. I got them maybe for 3 or 4 wins, but they're really taking baby steps, and they're doing it the right way. But they're last, and they're ranked 68th in my book.
68th, okay. And Wake Forest. After Wake Forest, we have.
Well, then we have this is my fun team. This is Syracuse, only because Dino Babbers is coming from Bowling Green, and he throws passes in his sleep. Syracuse has never seen anything like this, and it's going to take him a couple of years to get through. And as Bill Conley on SB Nation said, they could be the most improved team in football, but their schedule is going to kick their butt in with Louisville, Notre Dame, Florida State, Clemson, etc.
Yep.
But he's a Baylor assistant, and he will score. He very much will score, but a year or 2 from now, watch for Syracuse.
Yeah, just the last 2 teams you talked about with Babers and Clausen as coaches, they both were Bowling Green guys. So Bowling Green's turning out some coaches there, and I kind of got those 2 flip-flopped. I got Syracuse at the bottom and Wake Forest actually getting a couple wins. And I don't have Syracuse winning a game in the league. Their schedule, like you said, the schedule is just brutal. And
Billy, put them on the list for the beer bets, okay?
You got it.
The next one I'm going to go to is 51st. That's Boston College. This is a team that should be playing in the 1960s. They averaged 17 points and gave up 15. This is beautiful. This is Schembechler Hayes. And if they think that Towles from Kentucky, the grad quarterback, is going to start up the Boston College, I don't know the man, but I don't know if he could play at AAA. It doesn't excite me at all. So I just see them playing their normal defense and scoring very little.
Yeah, they had some games last year. It was like the Wake Forest game was 3-0.
3-0, yes.
Wake Forest.
Yeah.
I gotta disagree a little bit. I think they're going to be one of the most improved teams this year. They're always going to be strong defensively. They were young offensively, and I think they're going to come back. And I have them going 4-4 in the league. Their schedule's favorable for them. A lot of good games, bigger games at home, and beatable teams at home on the road. They could. Might be another beer bet here or something, but I can see them winning. I can see them winning 8 games almost. I can see them winning 8 games.
I can see this being another beer bet. So I've already circled it here.
Unless Patrick Towles gets hurt, then the bet's off.
Well, Brett is clearly bullish on Boston College. I was thinking, for the way you were describing it, I was thinking they were going to have to bring back, maybe Doug Flutie's grandson or
there you go.
one of his kids.
The 4th team is 49th in my book, and NC State, and masochism is not even the proper word for these guys. They play 6 teams in the top 25. Yeah. And they're one of these teams that they win the games they're supposed to win, they lose the games they're supposed to lose. They don't do upsets, they don't get beat when they're supposed to. So if you got 6 in the top 25, that doesn't bode too well for you. So this may be the last year for Mr. Doran.
Yeah.
If he's not on the hot seat, I don't know.
Yeah, like you said, they're always hard to read. North Carolina State's, I think, just a hard team every year to read. They're usually pretty decent at home. I got them going 5-7 for the year and 2-6 in the league. So
there you go. Then the big 3.
Yep.
And this gets fun. Louisville, I got number 3, and it's all predicated on what Jackson does. He can have great games. He can have freshman games, but he's a sophomore now, and we will know early because week 3 they play at Florida State, and week 5 they play Clemson. So after 5 weeks, you'll know where the hell they're at.
Yeah, I mean he could throw his hat in the Heisman race real early. real fast.
Yeah.
I have them beating Florida State at home.
Okay.
I see them getting them early, just getting them at home. They're tough, usually tough at home. Louisville's
And your added thing since just the past week is you don't know. I mean, I don't know if this Francois or McGuire is better at quarterback for Florida State, but the one's out with a broken foot.
McGuire's out.
His first game coming back, so that's not a bad choice.
No, it could be interesting. It's just gonna be hard. Those three playing each other are gonna be it'll be fun to watch. You know, but I had Louisville losing 2 games in the league, and then
I have them
going
10 and 2.
but
I don't know about the league.
Yeah.
Okay, that's beautiful. Now comes the juggling act. Everything tells me to put Florida State at the best, but I have them second, and I have them fourth in the country. They have every starter back except for Golson, the quarterback, so they have their full. Everybody is back totally, and Cook is obviously the next great running back after Trent Richardson. But and their defense. There's somebody on the internet I don't know who says this is the best defense he's seen in 10 years. I don't quite believe that, but they are awesome.
Pretty bold statement.
Yeah, that's saying something for Florida State.
That is saying something.
Yeah, they do have 6 games in the top 25. But I don't know. I have to lead both of these at the same time.
Yeah.
And you guys can chant it. I'm going with Clemson lost. Lawson, Dodd, Reeder, Goodson, Alexander, Kersey, and Green are their defense. Yet there's one stat, and you tell me where it's from, that makes me feel Clemson is going to be good. 30 of 47, 405 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception.
Quarterback.
That's what Watson did against Alabama. And if he can do that against Alabama,
Yeah.
unless he gets hurt, because they don't have anything behind them,
Right,
that's
right.
good enough for me to put them
they're
just a little bit higher over Florida State.
offensively. Clemson could have a run at maybe the best offense of all time. They're getting a couple receivers back they're hurt last year that are unbelievable. Plus they have the other stable that were there that made the run of the national championship.
Yeah.
Offensively, they don't have any question marks. Defensively, they're going to have to break in some new guys, but it's Clemson. They recruit real well.
Plus they have the
There's a
ability
reason
to
they're a top
outscore
5
their
team.
opponents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I got them flip-flopped. I got Florida State 1 and Clemson 2.
I'm not betting a beer on that.
I got
either
Florida,
way, I couldn't argue with you.
You're right. Florida State getting Clemson at home. I think they get them there. And like I said earlier, I think Louisville gets Florida State. So I think it's a tie record-wise on the Atlantic, but with the win over Clemson, Florida State, I think wins.
So does Clemson beat Louisville to make it a 3-way tie?
I have Louisville losing twice. I
Okay,
have them.
yeah.
I have
in
them
the
losing.
conference?
I have them. Oh no, yeah.
Wow.
I think you're right. I did mess up because I have Louisville losing to Houston late in the year too, but that's not a conference
okay.
game. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So it could be 3-way tie.
3-way tie.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's the way I see it at 9:29.
Well,
Yeah.
needless to say, George, as always, we certainly appreciate your contribution to the show week in and week out. But we
I
also
enjoy the
know
hell
that,
out of it.
well, we also know that this is something you take pride in.
Definitely.
In your your college predictions. And it's conference by conference, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Start getting into the bets here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
can't wait. First game next Thursday, California minus
Yep.
20 against Hawaii in Australia.
In
So
Australia.
that's only one game that week, but
Yep.
it's the start.
Yeah, and for Hawaii, it's just another trip,
Yes.
Another plane
Then
ride.
to Arizona.
another plane ride, one of the umpteen.
Oh,
we'll have
no,
to
then to
make.
Michigan, actually. Yeah,
They go to Michigan. Yeah, they probably
Yeah.
just fly straight to Michigan. I assume.
Yeah,
I don't
they
know.
should.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean that's but yeah, they'll be racking up those frequent flyer miles.
and that's a noon game at Michigan too.
But needless to say,
Or
George, thank you so much, my friend, for contributing.
Keep it in the back of your dome, Billy. We still haven't. I don't know if we're going to have any time for before, but nobody talked about Notre Dame yet, and I have them 11th because they're not in the conference. But
Well, I think that what we'll have to do is we're going to have a show, and maybe that'll be next week, where we just simply dedicate to the Independents.
there's only 3 of them. That's
Well,
the only thing.
It'll be a
That
quick.
doesn't work.
Well, then we won't stretch
Top
that one out.
25,
too
baby.
long. Needless to say. George, thank you so much, my friend.
You enjoy your trip to the Ram Stadium, and
intend to,
let me
yeah.
know when you get back what happened. Okay.
Yeah, you got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, my friends.
Take care.
Have a good day.
Alrighty, that was
Bye-bye.
George Mish, our contributor from Cleveland, Ohio himself. We're going to take our bottom of the hour break, and when we come back, we're going to switch gears, and it's going to be time for prep baseball here. In studio guest Bryce Bullock, Spring Valley High School. You're listening to Southern Nevada Sports News coming to you from WWDBTV.com. We'll be right back. All right, we are back for round 3. Southern Nevada Sports News come to you from the Worldwide Digital Broadcasting Corp.com. And we are switching gears now, and it's time for Prep Sports here in Southern Nevada and in the Las Vegas area specifically. And our in-studio guests, we have none other than Bryce Bullock of Spring Valley High School, getting ready to go into his senior year, local baseball stud, prep prospect. But no longer a prospect anymore because you've actually landed. But first of all, welcome to the show, my man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right. Now, I remember what it was like for my senior year in high school, and it's always it was a blast. It really was. But don't get me wrong, I didn't have any scouts descending on me. But your father is also joining us here in studio. Thank you very much for coming in. But, we know that this is a great time for you, but, what are you kind of concentrating most on?
Mostly right now, just enjoying my summer, getting better for next year, and just trying to win games for our high school team. Just get back on the road, contact teammates, just see how their summers are going, and just kind of enjoy it.
Well, that's the key, and I think that you really should enjoy the experience.
Definitely.
It shouldn't be that burden on you. And, we see, and obviously, usually in the news, you hear about these high school students who are just, they're either being bombarded or it's almost like it's become a job.
You still got to be a kid. You still got to be able to enjoy your summer and your friends and go on vacations with your family and things like that. And vacations aren't going to a baseball tournament sometimes. But now, did you play any?
I did
baseball this summer.
I did a couple times in California. I had one Arizona trip lined up, but it didn't work out. And then just visiting a couple schools and
Okay. And you've already made a decision on your college?
Yeah. In 2018, I'll be playing at UNLV. Joining Coach Stolte, Higgins, and Armstrong.
There you have it, folks. You heard it here, UNLV, and congratulations.
Definitely.
First of all.
Yeah, thank you.
And also it's going to be fun watching you. Like certainly speaking for Jeff and myself, we enjoy going to watch UNLV baseball games.
Yeah.
It's on campus, beautiful facility.
Yeah.
And needless to say, every seat's a great seat. But you get to interact with the players and the young men themselves and watch a lot of really exciting baseball.
Yeah, it's a blast.
So was it a tough decision?
It was prior to. It was. I kind of piecing everything together. I had a couple interests from Mountain West schools in Southern California, but right when I got to the visit at UNLV, I just knew it was the right fit. And it made sense for me, my family, and loved the city. I just went with it.
Well, it's certainly, for your parents, it's certainly an easy road trip to go watch you play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's for sure. And that's got to be exciting in itself.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know any of the guys that are currently on the UNLV program that maybe you played against locally here?
I do. Yeah, I do. A couple, Larry Quaney, Cimarron High School. I played against him, and I'm still kind of learning their faces now. I'm playing with a lot of their kids that are already committed. Jacob Rogers, Nick Rupp. Jack Wold.
Yeah. Yeah, well, that's needless to say, and again, congratulations. I know this is still early. Have you decided on a major?
I have, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to be going into the hotel business, hotel administration.
All right, yeah, well, that fits.
Yeah.
That's a logical choice.
Yeah, that's good. Now, playing at Spring Valley, just finishing up your junior year last year, you guys had a good year.
Yeah.
Got second in your league and things like that. What do you got? Do you guys play fall ball together, or things like that, or how's any of that stuff?
We don't. We're kind of on our own for fall, but we condition. We stay with our coaches and teammates, and we kind of do. Everybody does their own thing for fall.
Nice. I just looking at some of your guys' stats and things that I looked up. You guys have a really good team coming back. It looks like. Talk about some of the guys that are coming back that you're looking forward to making a run and maybe the state championship.
Yeah, well, we have Nick Rupp. He's our lefty. He's our anchor. He's also going to UNLV. We have a freshman stud behind the plate, Jonathan Bakken, and really solid infield, outfield. I'm really excited for our freshman class that's coming in. I think they're not talked about as much, but I'm looking forward to them too. One being my brother.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
that's always fun to be able to play with your brother in high school, and that's something you guys were.
Yeah, the last time was Little League, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Awesome.
I mean, I'm an only child, so I just that issue just never came up.
I got to play with my brother, in high school too, and it's stuff that we still talk about.
Yeah.
That's something that you and your brother.
Oh, it's cool.
Talk about and stuff like, especially if you can make it run.
Yeah.
To something special. That's really cool.
Yeah, he's a pretty good little pitcher, so I'm looking forward to facing him in scrimmages and see what goes on there.
There you go.
Some brotherly love.
Little bragging rights at home.
Yeah.
Is he right or left-handed?
He's right-handed. Yeah, same as me, righty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you play shortstop and pitch?
I played shortstop last year.
Okay.
I think I'm kind of going to work more of the corners this year, but
okay.
Wherever Coach Bassett sees me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I noticed some of your pitching stats. I'm just looking at it right here. 40 strikeouts, no walks.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So what do you contribute that to? Just, how many different pitches do you have, or are you a kind of curveball slider pitcher? Are you fastball?
Yeah.
Place it on the plate.
Well, when I was younger, I really stuck to just fastball, curveball, but I kind of developed the changeup, so that 3-pitch set works for me, and I'm kind of a control guy. Yeah,
good.
I won't blow up the radar, but I'll hit my spots and get it done.
There's a lot of guys in the Hall of Fame who didn't blow up the radar. There's a
you're
guy right
kidding.
here in town, Greg Maddox.
Yeah.
He was the same way on that. So.
Now, I also understand you're on the St. Louis Cardinals scout team for the fall.
Yeah, that's where I'll be playing. Yeah, Manny Guerra in Berlin, Germany, oversee that team, and they've got tons of major league knowledge, so it's cool to play with them and pick their brain a little bit.
Oh, you're not kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that you kind of played that down a little bit. So.
Yeah.
I mean, if it were me, I'd be bouncing off the walls here.
Yeah.
And how did that how did that sort of fall into place?
Well, they've been running the team for 20 so years now, so they have it down pretty good, and it's always one of the best fall teams in town, and I'm just looking forward to being part of it.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, well, that needless to say, we have the 51s here, and I'm a lifelong Dodger fan, LA Dodger fan.
Yeah.
For years, they were, especially bringing up some of the players that they did like in the last 5 to 10 years, they were the Dodgers farm club until they became short-lived. I think Toronto, and then now the Mets, which they've actually done pretty well at, but. Are you a 51s fan? I mean, you get
I do.
Check in some of the
I
games
do
over
like
there.
going out to some games. I know Joey Gallo's playing there tomorrow, so that could be could be something to check out.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, we've been invited to Thursday as Media Day for him. So we'll be representing Southern Nevada Sports News. Thank you. Yeah. So, but it's minor league baseball again is it's exciting to watch.
Yeah.
It really
can't
is.
beat it.
And to get a chance to see guys like Kershaw and Kemp, Ethier, when they were here in Vegas, I mean, that was needless to say. I mean, I was just head over. They didn't translate to a championship, but I still got excited over it. Now, needless to say, so you won't be going far. Are you going to be? Are you going to be living on campus, or are you going to just be bringing your dirty laundry home on the weekends?
I will.
Drop this bag off.
I'll be staying home and then figure it out after a year.
Good
or so.
man.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Yeah. Good man.
Get that cooking while you can.
Oh,
still,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, that's for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, you want to keep them on your good side. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
So, what are some of your goals for the fall season?
Just to kind of keep improving. I think what attributed to a lot of success this year was just mindset at the plate. So continuing to develop that, getting stronger. I think my speed could improve, so I'll work on that too.
Okay.
And yeah, just enjoying it really.
Yeah, and put emphasis on that, man. Put an exclamation point.
Oh,
Enjoy
yeah.
it. You know.
Where do you usually bat in the order for your team?
I kind of cycled between 3, 4, 5 for Spring Valley. So yeah, middle of the order kind of guy.
Yeah, because I seen he had 6 home runs last year.
Yeah.
Nice, and led the team in RBIs, and he almost batted 500.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive. No wonder you got a scholarship to UNLV.
Yeah.
You know. So,
Yeah, clearly they weren't interested in any top end speed, as long as you can keep connecting on the bat.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, needless to say, your average is just way up there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like to think that's my top sort of thing, and if I can just keep improving all around, like all around package would be nice.
yeah.
absolutely. You want to send any shout outs, while you have the chance?
Yeah. I guess shout outs to my guys at Spring Valley, my teammates, teachers, students. My summer team, California Baseball Academy. So I play there, and that's always a ton of fun. I enjoy practicing with them.
That's California.
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually a locally ran team here. California Baseball Academy extends to Texas, California, I think Florida now, and Nevada.
wow.
Yeah, so
A lot of kids.
All of those,
Oh, yeah.
all those warm
Wow.
weather states.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
there's a reason why those states are, because
correlation
it's
for
baseball
sure.
year round. Yeah, I mean, we've got the weather for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's part of it too. UNLV is not going to get too cold on me.
Yeah.
No,
Exactly.
no,
Exactly.
no. We've had some kids here that are
Smart
headed
kid.
for some
Smart kid.
snowy destinations.
Yeah.
And he just kind of looked at me. First thing I say was, "Do you have a winter coat?" And no, I go, "Well, you better get one."
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I'll be good with a T-shirt.
There you go.
well, Bryce, I'd like to thank you again
Yeah.
for coming into the studio, and needless to say, we really would like to stay connected with you.
Totally.
On Facebook as well as on Twitter. Jeff handles a lot of our social media, who you've connected with.
Yeah.
And congratulations on selecting UNLV.
Yeah.
Folks, he's going to be here playing in the spring. UNLV. I'm sorry, 2018.
2018.
2018.
We got one more.
You got one more year. That's
You got
right,
one
as
of
a
the state
senior.
championship.
But go out and watch him at Spring Valley High School in the upcoming spring. And again, congratulations.
Yeah.
Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for coming into
Thank
the
you
show.
guys for having me.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
All right, when we come back, we should be joined by Z Khan, General Manager of the men's UNLV hockey team. If you didn't know there was ice hockey here in Las Vegas with UNLV, there is, and it's a spectacular team. We'll be right back in just a couple of minutes. Southern Nevada Sports News coming to you from WWDBTV.com. We are back for the knockout round, the fourth round. And we are back at Southern Nevada Sports News, coming to you from WWDBTV.com. My name is Bill Miller, co-host, along with
Brett Price.
And joining us on the line, hopefully, we have Z Khan, General Manager of the UNLV men's hockey team. Z, are you there?
Bill, how's it going?
Oh, man, I'm glad to hear you, and two, I'm glad you took the time out of your busy schedule to give us a call.
Yeah, absolutely. Good to be back on.
Yeah, well, listen, needless to say, this is one of the best-kept secrets in Las Vegas, and that is the UNLV men's hockey team. Jeff and I, I'll be honest with you, we didn't know about it until late in the season last year. but it was an opportunity for us to get to know you and get to know a number of the players and to really become fans of the UNLV men's team. Now, you folks just opened up your evaluation camp this week, is that right?
Yeah, so we actually got all the guys out on the ice this morning for the first time as a full group. Still a couple kids missing from international guys, but they're making their way into town. We had about 30 kids out there for our camp, and we're on the ice all week this week from 8 to 9:30 in the morning over at the Ice Center.
Okay, and is that also going to be next week as well?
Say that again?
Is that going to be next week?
So we're actually just going this week, get the kids back on the ice and in that mindset again coming out of the summer, and then get them started in school. So next week we actually take off, and then we'll start our actual tryout camp, and most of our kids will be in town by then as well. We still have kids trickling in, like I said.
Now, let me ask you, is this open to the public?
It is. We definitely encourage people to come out and kind of see what's going on within the program early on here in the season, and we actually have some younger kids that are playing in the Youth Storm program that are coming out on the ice as well to kind of get a little bit more experience, and then also some of the kids that are playing pro hockey still that are in town until mid-September. So it's a good camp. It's a high pace. We get them on the ice for an hour and a half, and then we do an off-ice session as well in the gym for about an hour.
All right, and that's at the Las Vegas Ice Center, right?
Yep, correct. Over on West Flamingo.
Yeah, that's
And
9295 West Flamingo Road in Las Vegas. Zip code, if you want to plug it into your GPS, 89147. And needless to say, I highly encourage folks, if you have an opportunity, and especially young people, to get out there. That's going to be through Thursday, correct?
Correct.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, but like I said, we get them on the ice this week, and then actually after that, we have our first annual golf tournament that we're doing on Friday morning at Bears Back. Get a lot of our supporters out there for that, and we'll have the guys kind of running around and meeting some of the golfers there, some of our fan support, and kind of get them out there in front of a lot of people. So
and
it'll
this
be a good event, a good week.
This is a fundraising for the
get
program,
everybody kick-started. It is a fundraiser. We utilize it for our preseason funding. We get a lot of sponsors, good corporate sponsors. MGM's involved in it this year. SRS Electric is involved. Born and Raised is involved. We have quite a bit of supporters out there that are really coming together and getting behind the program. I think that a lot of people are starting to take notice, and the program's growing. And obviously with the NHL announcement, them coming into town, people are kind of starting to take an interest in hockey, and we kind of get to bridge that gap here for a year.
Yeah, well, listen, we had a chance to attend a fundraiser. I think it was, I want to say it was maybe November.
Yeah, we did it back in February, I want to say, yeah.
I'm sorry, wow, yeah, so it was later. It was earlier than I thought, yeah. And, and this is a program at UNLV where they could certainly, use the assistance. And is it too late to get involved in this Friday's golf tournament?
We still have some groups available. The info should be on our website, or it's on Twitter. We have it as well. And there's, I think, maybe a handful of groups left. We're pretty close to selling out, which is actually great. Should be a good event.
That is. First of all, it's great news and congratulations. Mm-hmm. But if folks will want to, maybe still take a stab at this on Friday, how can they reach you?
They can get the information right away on Twitter. My email address is there as well on our UNLV Rebel Hockey Twitter page. We have pretty quick to respond on that. Like I said, we're trying to finalize all the details there, so I'm pretty accessible on the response side.
All right. Well, excellent, man. And what are some of the upcoming milestone dates for the men's hockey program?
Well, we actually start our season in a month against San Diego State. So Friday, the 16th of September is our home opener. The week prior to that, September 9th, we will be doing our inter-squad game, where we'll finalize the last bits of our roster. And then actually we are officially announcing that we're going to be playing at T-Mobile Arena against Arizona State on October 9th, Sunday afternoon at 12:30. Nice. That's going to be the same weekend as the Frozen Fury event. So we're looking forward to some of the big things coming up, and then obviously we'll be right in the middle of our season by then. We have some really good home games coming up this year. We have Boston University's team coming out in October as well. There should be a lot of exciting hockey here for this season.
All right, man. Well, listen, needless to say, we hope that you'll be continuing to join us here on this show from time to time, so keep us posted, and certainly before the home opener. against San Diego
Absolutely.
State. All right.
Appreciate you guys' support.
Hey, thank you so much, Z, and good luck this week, and also with the upcoming fundraiser and the tournament at Bears Best this Friday.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it again.
All righty, thank you. Folks, listen, we've only got a little less than a minute. I'd like to, thank Brett Price.
No problem.
Appreciate it, as always, for joining in. You're always a friend,
fun.
needless
Always
to say.
fun.
George Mish from calling in from Cleveland, our contributor. And just a heads up again on the upcoming networking event, Stripside Solutions. It's networking and informative, connecting culture and hospitality. That's going to be on August 24th at Beer Park, 3655 South Las Vegas Boulevard. It's going to be August 24th, 7 p.m. Join us next Monday, and that will be the 22nd. 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time for another installment of Southern Nevada Sports News coming to you from WorldwideDigitalBroadcastingCorp.com. Take care and have a great week.
Take care.